but that's how good the show is. This is where I want to start, you guys, because it does genuinely give me like Pride and Prejudice, a floral, a place called Eaton Manor. I love this first item. I love that it's a blouse, but it's not a charmeusy, high shine satin, because that's very fancy. It's done in this kind of whisper light, rayon nylon, tissue paper, but not so thin that it's see-through fabric. Button front, blouson sleeve, but bracelet, relax, so don't have to tuck it in, just leave it out. And the colors and the prints are gorgeous. Like, look at this. It is genuinely like something out of an English manor. As you get close, you'll see that the fabric has a little inherent crinkle. Everything in this show is machine wash. Okay, so new today, sale price expires at the end of today. I'm gonna bring Lawrence out, and we're gonna go through colors. Okay, the first color right here, which is, it matches perfectly what you're wearing. Like, you look some smart.
Thank
you look
you.
some smart. Come on out. Ivory.
So fresh.
Lawrence, everybody.
Everybody.
Lawrence. Ivory is gorgeous.
It is just so fresh.
Blue is deep sea.
Deep sea.
Which you're gonna see on Crystal over there. But the infusion of these purples and this like vibrant plum is chef's kiss. Okay, most people would have put burgundy and corals and these like blushy against a backdrop of ivory.
No.
You did like a taupe burlap linen, and it's everything.
Stunning, right?
And then the black, which again, you're gonna see on one of our gals, we call it just straight up black. We go up to 5X, again, sale price, only until the end of the day. Also wanna give you a high five. Your prices in this show are sick.
Thank you.
Pants that are, you won't believe how they price out. Okay, so tell me about this one.
Okay, first of all, love seeing you, number one.
Love seeing you.
Number two, I am such a big fan of flowers. Flowers are forever. And when we think about spring, everything is like a fresh bouquet, everything is blooming, and that is what your wardrobe should do. So I was very specific when I designed this. Every woman has a shirt, but when it came to a blouse, and starting with that foundation of rayon, I love the way rayon drapes, it feels, it flows. It is so feminine.
I love it.
And that nylon gives it just that extra touch of stretch, the way it drapes, the way it moves. And each color is a celebration of bouquets that will always loop back together. So like with this one, with the ivory, I started with that beautiful ivory ground color. But then I painted in some beautiful sage green, butter yellows, and you're touching the sleeve. So women, one of the hottest trends right now we're seeing is a blouson sleeve.
I love it.
But so many women have said, I don't like the blouson because it just adds too much volume around the shoulders.
Yep.
So what I did is when I designed this, I streamlined the sleeve so slightly, and then I gave you the blouson effect. So you have the option.
You see, it doesn't, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it doesn't blouson from the shoulder all the way down, so you're getting like an entire parachute of material.
Yes.
All of this is stitched perfectly, and the flare, the blouson, only starts midway down the arm. So it's a contained blouson. And I also want to say, as you get close to the material, it looks almost like a shantung silk. Like
it does.
It's lovely.
And it feels like a shantung silk. But look at that seaming detail. I was so specific. It is so subtle. It is so clean. And then with that blouson effect, you can either wear it all the way down like you have it, or depending on the weather, if it gets a little warmer, you can just pull up the sleeve and create a more dramatic feel.
Crystal is 5'3", so she's right here, my little petite lady. She is wearing this in a medium, and she's wearing the deep sea. Heather is 5'8". She's wearing the black, and she's wearing it in a 2X. So as I said when I started, it feels very like Pride and Prejudice, very kind of Sense and Sense.
Romantic.
Very. And was there a common plotline, thread, idea, ethos to your spring collection?
I have always been a man that loves romance. I love rom-coms. I love stories. I love feminine detailing. My girlfriend many, many years ago, Sherry and I were together for 5 years. And whenever I would take her shopping, which was the clue, whenever I would take her shopping, I would always put her in rich romantic pieces. Whether it was a flutter sleeve, whether it was a ruffled hem, whether it was pleating, something that moved when she walked, because I think God's greatest creation is women. I love women with curves. I love women that feel beautiful, which is the inspiration for the collection. But something about flowers is timeless. But we all have our own celebration of bouquets. Like with Heather, I started with the black ground cover, which I just think is so dramatic. But then I painted in some of the ivories, the tans, the taupes, a little bit of chocolate here to give you that depth and dimension. And think about all the things that you can do with this. It is so lightweight. You can wear it on its own.
It's like, I could open it up and wear it as like a little shacket.
With your favorite
half
layering
tuck it in
piece.
some jeans, leave it untucked with city shorts. I do want to say, like, I am not even a floral person.
You're not. That's why I was wondering. I was wondering which one you were going to choose.
I immediately fell for these two, which, by the way, this is ivory. I've been calling this like a burgundy, but really it's taupe because it's the ground color. And then there's Deep Sea, and Heather's coming back, but she's in the black. The sale price is only good until the end of the day. I think also why I gravitate to something like this, and as a makeover king and stylist, let me know if this sounds crazy. My personality is not the softest. It's not the most demure. I do feel like a lot of us women in this day and age, we have to learn how to use our voices, and so we have to be tough like the guys, and we have to have this kind of boss babe energy. So I like how this softens what's on the inside, on the outside.
Well, hands down, fashion is an expression of who you are. And you get to choose how you want to express yourself into the world. And turn back around again. What I did is I didn't give you, let me move your hair, please. Yeah. I also didn't give you a back yoke. I didn't give you any shearing detail. I kept it very classic and clean because it sits and drapes beautifully. And as we turn back, turn back around, I gathered it right here with a little shearing, dropped the shoulder ever so slightly. It has all the bells and whistles. And if you would put all these elements together on paper, you'd think, boy, that's a lot. But with my design team, we designed this to perfection, and the fact that you keep lifting up the weight. You said paper thin. It feels
it's just breezy.
So good. And when it gets super warm outside, this is gonna be that piece that you go to. It's breezy. It's beautiful, and those bouquets with those different layers of colors, with all these different colorways. Do you have any idea how many different looks you can create with an overall bouquet that keeps the eye moving?
Look at Chantal.
Stunning.
The way in this picture, the sleeve just does this like effortless, wide trumpet around the elbow. The shoulders are still contained. There's nothing voluminous up around the upper body, but it's right at the elbow. You get that drama moment. I think it's genius.
And if you don't want the drama, just pull the sleeve down.
Yes, for sure. Okay, ironically, I said I have 3 favorite things in the show. Favorite thing number 2, again, I'm sorry to keep going back to the well with these